Today's episode is sponsored by nothing.
Like every episode.
Like every episode. Are you sick of being so fucking sick? Then check out What the Fuck Bros for a daily dose of like nonsense and bullshit. TB, last time, man, we were not drunk enough. So we should be able to remember what we said. Do we remember what we said?
I don't know, we were kind of everywhere.
Oh yeah, there was some serious apocalypse bullshit going on.
Yeah, apocalypse is still among us, apparently.
Well, this is cool. As video gamers, we play video games, so I guess our daily life feels like a video game.
Yeah, if this is a video game, this game sucks.
I know.
I would have changed it out fucking
I wish I was a
long
game
time ago.
developer and make a game called 2020.
2020.
The
yeah.
world and beyond.
We finally hit that level of where shit gets harder.
Yeah, what the fuck you do in that game? It's like, you wake up in the morning and try not to get sick.
Yeah, that's a shit
And then
concept.
if you get sick, you try not to give it to other people, but you can also choose to play an asshole and give it to other people, not wear a mask. Shit, man, that's a good idea for a game. Fuck.
Yeah, like a free world game platform where you can't get something, but if you do, you have to neutralize it to an extent, and then you decide if you want to be good or evil by either spreading it or trying to cure it and then helping others to cure it.
Dude,
You rat people out.
have
who
you
aren't
played World of
helping you.
Warcraft before?
No, not really.
Oh, man.
Well, like back in the day, like when it was kind of like, what was it, like Command and Conquer style or Civilization style?
Yeah.
Where you kind of like, I played that like one time a long time ago.
Oh, I played Empire, what do you call it? Empire Earth. But yeah, World of Warcraft would be hilarious now if they have everyone in the game like wear a mask,
God.
characters and shit.
I wouldn't doubt if that's like a mod right now.
But like
in
you're
the
in
game.
this super fantasy world with like, but they're all wearing a medical mask.
Yeah.
Or you have to wear a mask when you go questing. Like every time you go on a quest, because you're going to another place, you wear a mask.
Yeah. You imagine that, like, if the settlers, when they first land here, that's what they did. They just put masks
Actually,
on.
that's what they did not do, because
Yeah,
that's why
yeah.
most of them fucking die horribly.
Yeah.
It was like shit. They were starving. They didn't know whatever the fuck. I mean, they were dying off. And also, they brought with them a bunch of fucking diseases.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of games, man, PS5 coming up.
Yeah, dude, that looks dope. I saw the specs, and as always, if you want to get down to the nitty gritty and technicality, I guess Xbox is supposed to be like better in like, but like it's a minuscule amount of like maybe RAM or memory or whatever the hell.
I don't know about that statement. I'm a
looking at the specs.
PlayStation.
Looking at
I'm a very PlayStation person.
I'm with you all the way. PlayStation all the way.
Yeah, PlayStation's been in the game way before.
I'm
And then I
saying-
remember when Xbox came out, it's like
Yeah.
Microsoft was trying to get a piece of the market.
Basically,
And
it's like,
PlayStation by then were like, they were pimps at gaming and gaming
yeah,
consoles.
Microsoft only has that one edge because they've been diving into computer shit. But I've noticed when Xbox does come out, they'll basically do the same thing PlayStation is, but then just like a couple notches better. Like it's like it's minuscule.
Yeah.
And I always default to PlayStation A because their design's just always been way
Always
better.
awesome, yeah.
Yeah,
the
that's-
performance
yeah.
is always badass.
Yeah, the performance has been
The
badass.
hardware is
That in the games though, dude. I've always been drawn more to PlayStation games than Xbox games.
They have a bigger menu on gamings. Their
Yeah,
hardware
yeah.
is smooth, it's something that it could be like upgraded and maneuvered better than an Xbox.
Yeah.
I had an Xbox before. That's what I'm saying. It's not like I never tried them.
I've
I owned
played
like
Xbox.
2 or 3 of
Yeah.
them, but I couldn't hang out with them that long. I actually gave them away. Like,
shit.
yeah, I gave away 3 different Xboxes in 3 different instances. They were just sitting around. But PlayStations, every time a new one comes out, I'm up on it. That's why when I saw the 5, it looks gorgeous, man, and I was like, shit, can I
and
afford this? I want to know how
I think you
much
buy
it
them
is.
modded too. Like you can get them kind of like custom. Some.
Yeah, but I
That's
want to know
dope.
how much it is because it's like I'm
Dude.
afraid I can never afford this shit.
I think they finally came out, and I want to say it's around the 500 mark.
If it's around the 500 mark, maybe.
It sounds about right for a
maybe
new
I can
console.
like barely make it. But if it's more than 5,
Dude, they should have a fucking like leasing option or some shit, like financing kind of thing. Dude, that's what I do for musical gear. Like I'll buy it from like these websites like Sweetwater's a big one. B&H does that shit for like even audio equipment. Or
Yeah.
you just buy like you do payments or whatever. They might charge you like 10, 15 bucks more, depending on how long of a payment. Like let's say I only do like if it's a shorter, they won't charge as much.
Yeah.
So like maybe 5, 10 to 15 bucks if I'm doing 3 to 4 or 5 months. But if I do like 36 months, then might be paying a little bit extra.
I never tried that.
But you get it, like you do the initial payment, so it's like whatever your first payment is and shipping and all that. So let's say I'm getting like $1,000 thing and I want to do like $100 payments or whatever. My
Yeah.
first payment might be like 150 or something. And then every other payment would be 100 for however long.
Dude, yeah, I've never.
But I would have the item and I'll be like fucking with it the entire time.
I've never leased or done payments for any of like gear nerd stuff that I own. It's like
Dude, it's
usually I
pretty great.
struggle and wait for a long time and save up and then I
feel
own
it.
it like cash.
I feel you
Bang.
on that, but depending on what it is, because obviously there's some shit I'd rather just buy it straight out cash, like these lab mics, because I was like, fuck it.
Yeah,
man.
there's also like few things the only reason I own them is like because here and there once in a while you get a bonus at work or something.
Yeah.
And it would be like that moment is like I have a chance to buy this and no one will feel that I actually spent the money.
Yeah.
Because it just comes out of nowhere. That's how I usually end up owning most of my shit.
Yeah. Well, no, that's smart, but it's obviously a thing you got to take into consideration. It's like, can I afford this bill?
Yeah.
It's like getting a car payment. It's like, man, do I really want to pay like $400, $300, $500 a month?
Yeah,
on
like
top of other
my
bills and
cameras
shit?
and my lenses, that's how I bought
Yeah.
them. It's like one thing at a time. So
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
why.
there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, like, if you can, it's a great option because, like, then you could just have like these super expensive fucking things, but you're not. If you can afford,
Shit,
like,
I wish
a
I
bill or
knew that
something.
before I had kids and stuff because I could have done that back in the days because
Yeah.
I didn't have any other responsibilities. So
It's dangerous because then you might want
Yeah,
to start
I can-
buying up all this shit.
I could have totally afforded like payments of a bunch of shit. So I'd be like, oh, I want this camera, I want this, I want this.
Yeah.
But now it's like I can't do that.
Kids, man.
So I used to
they're
have that
expensive.
option, but I didn't know I can do that. And then now I know how to do that. I can't.
Dude, yeah. If you ever get in a situation where you're like, or at least like enough where like maybe you're 300 shy or something, you might jump on
Yeah.
it. If it's like something really expensive, you're like, hey, I could throw this down on it and then just
Yeah,
couple
that's
payments.
true. That's true. Yeah.
And then I could pay this off in 3 months, so that might be a 3-month struggle.
Yeah.
It's something you really want, and it's like that big.
No, that's true.
So I would, yeah.
So
Yeah, it's pretty dope. They should do that for like PlayStation. What I'm saying.
I know.
Like that would be dope.
The idea is I want the new PlayStation and I want the Oculus, the 3D thing, that
That
mask.
shit.
I want like the whole
The VR thing?
Yeah, the VR. I want that whole setup because I never had that before.
I never had
Because I
that
want to
too.
experience some of those games, man.
I would
Oh,
do.
shit.
Luckily I got some friends who got that VR shit, dude. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I've been messing around with like at home. I have like the mask, but the
Yeah,
one
yeah.
that where you put your phone in it, and there's
Oh,
apps.
okay, yeah.
There's apps in there, and it actually looks cool. My daughter, she's 6, so like, she wanted to try it yesterday, and she was like spooked. Oh, whoa, what is this? And she was trying to walk around. I was like, no, stop in your space. You're gonna trip. She can't see anything, right?
Yeah.
And we were like just looking around. I mean, you can only like if you stare at something, there's a dot, which means if you stare at it for 3 seconds, it says okay, and then it opens the door. Or if you look at the floor, it starts walking. So you don't have to do much.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
Yeah, no,
also they have ones that are it's like a case. You put your phone on it, but it has like a plug with it where you plug it to your phone, so it activates like Bluetooth or something.
yeah.
And then you can have like a remote control in your hand, and then you can like walk forward, touch
Yeah,
things.
That's the one I was
So
playing.
it's like less sophisticated. The Oculus thing for PlayStation, that's like the real shit.
yeah, like the
You
actual
don't put
VR.
any phone in there. It's the actual thing.
That's what I was. The VR, the actual VR with the controllers.
VR with the 2 controllers, and you touching space, you're drawing stuff.
Yeah, Will.
And it's motion. It's all motion.
Yeah, no, Will
Except
has
you
that-
don't walk. I don't think you walk.
No, because that shit is dangerous. Like, you set up a playroom, basically,
Yeah.
like set a perimeter of where, and you put
With
cameras.
padding, just in case you
wow,
trip
yeah.
and fucking knock
Really,
it.
you just want to clear space. You don't want to bump into shit. But like, let's say you put a camera like in one corner of the square, if you will. It would be like your top left, and then one behind you, top right corner or whatever, and it like gives a parameter of a square, so motion sensor.
I didn't know that.
And then
Shit.
it'll show it on the screen if people want to watch. Like if you were playing right here, like that TV right there would show whatever is hooked up.
Yeah.
And then you put the helmet on, thinking the face mask, and it's got like headphones on the side.
Yeah.
So like lock in, and like you can adjust it to fit.
So you totally
your head.
zone out.
Yeah. So then it's just like you're seeing, and you're looking at the game machine. You look around, and that's all you see. And then you got the two controllers. And that each button does like, all right, go forward, back, whatever. This is a shoot, whatever, all that shit. And apparently you can get a chess piece basically that vibrates, like if you're doing a shooting
so
game.
you get punched?
You'll feel like a buzz here and there and shit.
Okay, I don't think
you have to pay extra. To,
I don't think I want
shit.
that. I mean, I'll get shot in the game, but I don't think I want to feel it. I was like, you know what?
Well, it's not gonna be like a real fight. It's just a buzz. So then you're like, then you're like, oh, someone's shooting me in the shoulder or some shit.
Maybe we should do that so people
They should just do an electric
experience
shock.
this shit since we're in the middle.
Like a high
since we're in the middle
voltage
of crap.
or-
Like I said, our reality now is like a fucking video game. People getting protesting, breaking shit. So let's practice and when this thing gets shot and
Can
get
you
punched.
imagine it? 2020, the looting riot game.
That's another
where you
video
just
game.
run.
Oh my god.
But like when they tase you, it actually shocks you. It doesn't vibrate. It shocks you like certain parts.
What do you call it?
Like, this is what it feels
2020
like.
rioting. Like people guys on the street. If you want to experience real-time rioting and breaking stores and shit, there you go. You put that shit in and you run.
Just like walk up to cop, yell, button to yell, press
No,
this,
you put the chest plate and then you put the game on and you see the real world, like the street, Walmart, Target, stores, like Starbucks.
Press X to
and you
pick up
just
brick.
run into places and just smashing glass,
Just
stealing
extra
shit.
You got a
Like,
loot
you know,
bar.
take a cart, fill it up with stuff, and then someone else will come trying to take your shit, and you like beat them up,
Beat 'em
oh, you
up.
got too many TVs,
VR version.
This is exactly what they did.
This
what people
reminds
were
me-
doing in the street.
A game I'm playing right now currently. It's an older game. It's not about rioting and shit, but going about like people taking your shit and like you trying to grab shit. Basically, it's a heist game.
Yeah.
It's called Payday 2, dude.
Payday 2.
Dude, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's an old game. I think it came out in 2013 or some shit for Xbox or whatever the hell. They've added stuff to it. They really need to remake it and like do some things because there's some things I wish you can do that you can't. But they just need to make it like a Payday 3 or some shit. But basically, you and like 3 other people can get online and you'll pick a job. Like rob a bank, basically.
Yeah.
And you can do it stealthily, or you can do it loud. Like you can
Loud,
bust
it's
in
like, I
and
don't
just
give a
like,
fuck.
yeah.
Give
But
me
the
your
se-
money,
Yeah, the
bitch.
second you do that, like alarms going, and then all of a sudden cops come, and then they just come
like Grand Theft Auto, but for robbing.
Exactly.
Straight in
They
your
come in
face.
swarms, so you just gotta like, but then you gotta drill the vault. You gotta like bag all the money. If there's any locks, if you want to take the time, because like,
Yeah.
if you do it quietly, this one job, you can pick all these locks, and you'll get a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can just grab a bag or 2 of like stacks of cash or gold or whatever the fuck's in the vault.
Damn.
And then you have to pick it. But when you pick it up, you got the weight on your bag, so you can only do so
Yeah,
much.
now
And
you're
you
fucked.
got to
You're
go
like-
down the
you're trying
alley
to
to your
run.
van. You got to throw the bag in. And if you're quiet, you can go back and forth and keep doing it. If you do it
Empty it,
loud, it's just
yeah.
snatch and grab and get the fuck out. And
Shit.
like if you kill people, like civilians,
Yeah, you get
lose-
alerts, like now you're
Well,
hot.
no, you lose money, like because they have to send a cleaning crew, so you
Shit.
lose like I don't know 50 grand, 20 grand per person you kill or whatever.
It's like the movie Casino
yeah.
or for Goodfellas.
Yeah, so you got to go in, take out guards, there's security cameras, and all that shit. You might have to like, you can tell people to get on the ground and tie their hands up.
on the ground, motherfucker.
Yeah, but if you're not too quick or whatever, like they could call the cops or if like someone else sees you doing this. If you wait too long, they have an exclamation, kind of like an exclamation mark over their head, kind of like I guess like Metal Gear. But if you wait too long, that exclamation mark turns into a phone. That means they're calling. They're calling the
which
cops.
means you're
Which
you're
means
taking
now,
too long.
now,
They're
yeah,
doing
yeah,
something.
no, cops are coming. Then you just like basically swarm
They
with
should have
cops
an
like
option.
zombies, just shooting
They should
them
have
all.
an also options like when you're about to execute somebody or kill them, and you bust out like this scene from Pulp Fiction when Samuel Jackson is reading that fake Bible verse, and the Lord shall be like blah blah blah. So you start saying that.
No, there is one though, like because you gain levels,
Yeah.
and then you can get better stats and shit. There's this one called like hostage taker or like enemy converter, whatever the hell it is. And like if you have a cop or whatever, if you scare the cop, like if you're sneaking and you get around
Yeah.
him, you can like tell him to get down and like handcuff himself, so you don't have to kill him. you still have to answer their pager because like security has pagers, and if you don't
Yeah,
answer
they're
the
always
pager,
getting buzzed.
yeah, he's like, hey, what was that noise? And you'd be like, oh, sorry, it's just blah 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 blah, and then like,
Everything is good. Everything is
yeah,
good.
If you do that too many times, I think you can only do like 4 or 5 times. If you
Yeah,
do
it
like one
becomes
more,
suspicious.
then they set the alarm. So they're like, okay, because you'll even hear them back. They're like, okay, like I don't know what's going on there, but like I can't give any more chances. I'm going to set the alarm off if that happens again.
Yeah.
Which means if you answer another pager,
That's it.
they set the alarms
You're
off.
pegged.
Yeah.
The one game I want to play in that Oculus 3D thing, I don't know if they have it. It's the Assassin's Creed, because I played the game a lot.
dude.
It's like one of my favorite games. I
Yeah,
think I
mine
played
too.
all of them. But I imagine how would you play it with the
Oculus?
VR Oculus
Or
thing?
like, yeah, VR,
That would be
dude.
badass because you'd be like walking around, blending,
crazy.
assassinating people.
Yeah.
Climbing shit. So I don't know how the mechanics for that works, but
That'd
it would
be pretty
look
hard,
cool
dude.
because that game is set in this historic times.
That would be beautiful.
So
to
you'll
look
be like
around.
walking in the streets of Rome, or like the one in Egypt, Origins. You'll be walking in Egypt, like
Yeah.
looking at the pyramids in front of you, like right there
That would
on
be
the
fucking
street,
dope, dude.
or
That
like
would
the
be
one they
dope.
did in the Middle East, like all the stuff, or the one they did in the American Revolution. You'll be walking around and you see those characters right next to you,
That would be
standing
pretty
there,
cool.
George Washington next to you.
Yeah, George Washington.
Or
Captain
like the one
Crunch.
in Italy hanging out. You go into the Leonardo da Vinci's fucking studio and you see him there and you're walking around. It's different seeing it on the 3D versus
Yeah.
playing on TV.
That would
That'd
be
be a perfect game where you get to explore the world because it's based on that rich environment that they put so much work into it.
yeah, dude.
God.
That would be pretty
That
dope.
would be a sick game
You
to
know,
play.
Yeah, the crazy thing would be all that parkour shit because like,
Yeah.
I played I just kind of demoed it the Spider-Man game with that, and like all I did was hit the jump button, and like you get vertigo, like instantly. It feels weird because you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, you get your knees like
Yeah,
they shake, they get
with
weak.
that stomach feeling where
Yeah.
you feel like you just like you're about to fall, like when you're falling or whatever. You get that weird feeling, like that happens a lot. He's like, and then my friend was like, all right, now go to the edge of the building, look down. I'm like, all right, look. And I was like, oh shit, and then I accidentally went too far and it fell. I'm like, oh shit, I'm looking up, like God, trying to like shoot
What
webs.
games are you playing? I see you streaming or like posting like your walkthrough or game through.
Oh man,
You're
yeah,
Dominican.
yeah.
What kind of games are these? Looks like a 2D platform kind of.
2D?
Was
yeah,
it?
They're mostly like
No, one of them was not. It was a regular. I think it was first-person shooter.
yeah. That one was like paid. Well, I don't know what I released yet. On my stream, I've been streaming a lot of different shit. The Payday 2, that's the one where like I'm running around the first-person shooter. I've been playing like a lot of survival games that are also
Are you
first-person
practicing
shooting.
for what's gonna happen?
Right.
That sounds like someone practicing.
Yeah,
2020.
dude, I kind of just fell into these games. Yeah, like some friends were telling me about it, and I was like, fine, I'll check it out. And I kind of got into it because it's pretty cool, man. This one called The Forest. It starts out, you're on an airplane, right? It's probably gonna be my next video that I drop out playthrough-wise. You're on a plane with your son or whatever, and you crash on this island. And like the first thing you see is like this weird, it looks like a Resident Evil, like a dude just covered in blood, like almost inside out looking or whatever, I don't know, cannibal guy. He picks up to your kid and he walks off and you're just crawling, and then you like pass out or whatever. And then you wake up and you're in the plane, but it's like the plane's busted or whatever. Like it's only half the plane. You get an axe, like there's I guess the emergency axe or whatever, and then you go out and like you're in the woods and you gotta like
You're fucked.
yeah, you have to like
You have to survive.
yeah,
Try to
you
make-
have a survival guide because your son was reading it and it shows you pick it up and like put it away or whatever because he's sleeping.
You have some options.
Yeah, so it tells you how to build a fire and whatnot, and you have to like collect things to build a fire. Like you need leaves to start it, logs or whatever,
But
sticks,
obviously,
whatever
the
the fuck.
objective of the game is to get the fuck out of that area.
Yeah,
You're
to
not gonna
find
sit
your
there
son.
and build a house.
Yeah, to find your son. But you have to build a house when because what you find out is I think there's some animals out there that can kind of attack
fuck.
you. Yeah, but there's also cannibals.
Oh shit!
So, like, you
where
just-
did you crash, man?
You just fucking Cannibal Island. I don't know. You just like, but like you'll be doing something, and all of a sudden, like I remember me and my friend were playing, and we're like, whoa. Like I was like trying to make a fire, and then he was like, whoa, dude, there's people. I turn, I see these two people, like they just look weird. Like from a distance, they look weird. When I was like, well, what should we say hi? Like he was like, dude, I don't think they're friendly. And then they just kind of like scare you, and then they run and dart and shit. Dude, they're quick as hell. But then like I finally walked up to one, had the axe in my hand. I was like, let me just see. I walked up, and you could tell they're just fucked up, dude.
There.
Like they don't look like
They don't
any
look right.
human. Yeah, they don't look human, and they start attacking. So
Oh,
immediately
shit.
we're attacking.
Like fucking half zombie, half
Yeah.
human.
So we're killing this one with his axe, and then we're like, "Fuck, dude, we gotta." And the entire time you gotta feed yourself because you got a meter of how hungry
Yeah.
you got a health meter, you got a hunger meter, and you got a water meter. So you gotta find fresh water. You can't
They
just
should add.
you can't just drink
They
water.
should add a get fucked meter. It's like, oh my god, you are now fucked.
Yeah, but dude, it gets more and more intense because then you have to build a base and shit. Because now you got to defend yourself. You got to build a wall. You got to build traps.
I don't know. I don't think in that scenario I'll be building a base. When you build a base in real life,
Well,
you,
for
you
the-
attract attention to yourself. It's like
Oh, yeah,
something
yeah.
is being constructed there, which means
Yeah.
there's an establishment. You gotta blend, stop, take a break, eat, and keep moving,
dude,
man.
the
Keep
game
getting the
gets
fuck out.
even crazier because there's not only just cannibals, but there's fucking mutants.
Oh,
I'm talking about big ass mutants that just come and destroy shit.
I think in the real life we're heading that way too.
Yeah,
'Cause now we have coronavirus, crazy protesters and fucked up douchebags,
yeah,
looters. Now we have idiots with guns, like, standing randomly in front of their house doing shit
Yeah.
like that meme, that guy with his wife. Like, there's a bunch of weird shit coming up. So, I don't know. I don't think I identify with video games anymore because I'm living it.
like
know?
it's just a giant video
Yeah.
game.
Or actually, it's I don't know. It's probably we need to escape to a different style of video games because we used to go to these video games
Yeah, yeah.
for that, like, scenario that never happened. You'd be like,
Yeah,
I want to
yeah, yeah.
experience it. I think reality now is like heading that way, so I don't know. We need
That
to.
is. Maybe reality is so bored, so now we're just going through our catalogs of video games like, yeah, that would be interesting to do. That would make Assassin's Creed very interesting.
Exactly.
Very interesting.
That's it. If we'll be in that scenario, I'll be the Assassin's Creed guy, man.
Shit,
I'll
right?
fashion some fucking blades in my arms. I'll be hiding,
Fucking
jumping on fucking
Get
places.
these motherfucking Templar,
Yeah, anybody
Illuminati
gets near my house, it gets like
Right.
from the ceiling right in your face.
Hell yeah, dude.
You know, you're dead, motherfucker.
I remember that game first came out. Like that was a very trippy concept, man.
Yeah, which one? Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, the whole.
No, I love it because it's free running. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
there's no limitations to you on the
the
map.
story
Go.
too. The story too is like he's not just you're not just a guy in wherever. or
Yeah,
whatever.
the
some,
animus
yeah,
thing.
yeah. You're some dude like in our time who's just reliving memories and shit.
Yeah, they tap into your DNA, linking it with the memory of your ancestors, which is also awesome. It's kind of like not very educational, but like somewhat educational. It makes you aware of these periods of history that you would have never heard of. Otherwise, according to our fucking
I made a
school,
joke.
our school system, they don't teach you.
I made a joke at somebody because they were like they were mentioning something about history, blah blah, and they since I forget what the post was, so I just jumped on it. I was like, bro, dude, like, what are you talking about? None of this fucking matters. Like, I get my history from Assassin's Creed.
No, it's one of those good games that, like, it's fantasy game. I wouldn't learn history from it.
Yeah, because they alter it, obviously.
But it's a game that will get you excited to go check it out.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
every game they put up, they set it into a historic moment, like the Middle East, in Jerusalem.
Yeah,
back
because
then.
they actually look into the history of it, and then
they build
then they build a
real.
story out
so
of
they
it.
try to stay accurate with some stuff, but it's
Yeah.
fantasy. So you look at that video game, or you play the American Revolution, or you play the one in in Italy, Rome, Venice, and the Medici,
That
and
was
all
a
those
great
people. So when you
saga.
play it, you'd be like, oh man, this is cool. And then you go and maybe you'll get curious and you go read about that period. You'll be like, oh shit, that's some cool stuff. And you learn stuff.
Yeah.
So it's one of those games that inspires you to have fun and also go learn some shit.
Yeah, that's true.
And they keep exploring, and they have, the sky is the limit. You have all these historical areas. They can make as many games as they want. And what's cool is they pit you also in front of these historic figures. Like the American Revolution. You're just hanging out with fucking George Washington. What would it look like?
Yeah, Washington, Cleopatra, fucking even Julius Caesar.
Yeah,
that was pretty interesting.
And the one also in England, the one with the workers and stuff. Forgot what was it called.
Louis.
No, it was in the 1800s.
Colonial period?
Yeah.
In America or like in
No,
France?
in England. But it was like, during
Oh,
they had
yeah,
like I think they
the two
had
siblings or whatever. I didn't play that one.
yeah, like the rival gangs in the
Yeah,
street in
yeah,
the 1800s. I think during
forgot about
the Industrial Revolution. Something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. That,
I played that one. That was cool.
that's
and
one
then,
I haven't played yet.
And then they have the one Black Flag, I think.
Yeah,
Black Flag in the
I really
pirate
like that one.
time.
Yeah, it was
that was
awesome.
gorgeous too. Like you sail your own ship.
Yeah.
And it was awesome, like the way you drive the ship, dude. And then sometimes you get in naval
Yeah,
fights with
yeah.
them.
That shit was
God
dope.
damn it.
They did a
Sit
great
there.
job with Black Flag.
Well, since we have like a 3-day weekend, we're gonna
Dude,
go
yeah.
and play some video games
Oh,
and get
yeah.
hammered, man.
Dude, yeah, I'm definitely I got an army buddy coming into town, so
Sit
we're
there.
gonna kick it for a minute.
I'm gonna chill by the pool, drink some beer, and then
Hell
play
yeah.
video games at night.
Hell yeah, dude, video
If
games.
my kids will leave me alone for 5 minutes. You hear that, children? Leave your parents alone when they're about to play video games, because it's a sacred activity. And you will
sacred.
understand when you turn 15 or something like that.
Shit, probably earlier than that.
Yeah, yeah.
Be playing around like I don't know.
Because my kids now, they don't give a shit about video games. My daughter, she's 6, you know. I tried to teach her, hey, play video games. She gets bored within 2 seconds. She likes to play with toys, which is good, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
To play with real toys, you know, imagine and all
I
that.
say about like.
But
8,
I'm assuming
9,
maybe by the time, you know, she hits
around
12
that 10,
or something like
around
that, you know.
kind of preteen area.
Her brother, he's 2 years old. I'm sure, you know, boys are different. As soon as he hits like the age where he can hold the joystick properly, I think he's gonna play.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
sit
that's
there.
about right.
All right, Timmy, that was awesome chatting with you. I
yeah,
know
dude.
you're a video game library and your knowledge is
Oh yeah, dude.
there
I
into the
play
universe.
a lot of fucking games.
Sit there. All right, man. We'll see you later, bro. See you guys later, and peace.
Peace.